first, but because it's going to take about 5 or 6 minutes. But some grilling. I'm going to turn the grill on. So you guys follow me out. We're going to turn the grill on. Make sure you get your grill to about 450 to 500 degrees. Let it burn off, and then we'll scrape it down, wipe it down, and then we'll be able to grill in about 7 or 8 minutes. Make sure the grates are clean. Underneath, make sure there's not too much grease built up so that there's a fire that starts underneath. If a fire starts underneath, throw some kosher salt on it. The salt will kill it. When I get back after the grill.
Where did your picture? Go ahead.
What is happening?
What the heck just happened?
Maureen, you're sharing your photo with us. Hold on, what's happening?
Are we all right? Are we all good?
Not yet.
No, hold on.
Somebody. Yep.
There we go.
All right.
Except that, nope, I still have her on there.
Who is it?
I don't know. This beautiful woman in a turtleneck.
It's okay if you can.
Okay,
I should have everyone
you're good.
Okay, go ahead, Chef.
So we're gonna light the grill, crank it up, 450 to 500. The hotter, the better. We're gonna pull the meats out of the cooler, let them get up to room temperature. Right outside to the grill. But I want to get the grill up first.
No, I went out.
So tank, sure your tank is on, tank is connected. Wheel. So cranked on. We're gonna let whatever was on here last, so we keep it clean, really clean, and then we'll wipe it down, and then we'll go to work. Hi, puppy. So let's go to the fridge, take out your shrimp, take out your meats. We're gonna get them to room temp for about 5 to 10 minutes while we make the guacamole. Shrimp, we're gonna hit those with olive oil, salt, and pepper. So my steak is almost exactly 1 pound right here. I got a couple of burgers. They're gonna take probably 6 to 8 minutes. The steak will take about 8. So as I work on the grill, you'll see how I coordinate putting stuff down. We're actually gonna do the zucchini last, okay? So that the meat has a chance to rest. We can come back. I always cut up the meat whenever I have dinner parties so people don't have to cut it, but that's up to you. All right, so guacamole.
Chef, did you already make the burgers?
No, but yeah, I bought them store-bought ones because Mariano's does some great burgers. So I got 2 8-ounce cheddar cheeseburgers here. And if you like cheese, you can put them on yourself. I'm not going to add cheese to these. So,
and Chef, once you get started, if you'll give some people some stovetop instructions after the grilling, that would be great as well. I know we have some people that are still inside.
So when we're looking for picking out steaks, okay, I love ribeyes because of the fat, the amount of fat in there. The amount of fat equals flavor. So after cooking, I trim off all the fat so there's no fat for my people to eat. But you're also looking for marbling. So this has pretty good marbling. The really good marbling's up here. And as you flip it over, so that's what I'm looking for when I tell the guy that's the steak I want. Okay? So this is regular Mariano's right out of the. Yeah. Let me wash my hands. So guacamole, avocado, jalapeno, tomato, salt and pepper, cilantro, lemon. If you like Tabasco, you're more than welcome to put Tabasco in. So first things first, avocado, cut it right down the middle and you'll hit the seed, okay? And then all we do is turn the avocado. The knife does not move. If you move the knife, you have a chance to cut yourself. The knife is stable and all I'm doing is working the avocado all the way around, okay? I'm gonna top it. So I got 2 halves. First things first, I take the seed out, pop it down, and I put it in the bowl. what the seed does is it doesn't let the avocado oxidize or get brown, okay? So we're gonna scoop out the avocado. I didn't put any red onion in there, did I?
I don't know.
I didn't put any onion in it. Ah, let me wipe this off real quick. So jalapeno, we're going to cut the outsides off. All the spice from the avocado, from the jalapeno, comes from the seeds. I'm not a spicy person, my wife is. So I basically got 4 slices off the jalapeno, and I'm gonna cut the tomato so that it's a medium-sized dice, okay? So when you cut peppers, the skin side and the flesh side, it's a lot harder to cut the skin side. So I always cut the flesh side. So this is a julienne cut, so I don't have them too big of sliced dices when I cut them again. And I'm only going to use about half of this because there's only 1 avocado. So cut julienne first and then cut a small dice. As you remember from last week, take the knife, put it against your finger and roll it and then slowly move it back. So those are all diced up. Where'd you put the whisk? So if you have a Roboku, you can put the avocado in Roboku, turn it on, add the lemon juice so you have liquid, and add a drop of water that'll help incorporate and smoothen it out. If not, mortar and pestle or whisk like this. So all I'm gonna do is just pound down the avocado, and you have to have a ripe one. If you don't have a ripe one, you're not gonna be able to do this, okay? So it doesn't have to be smooth. When you put it in the Roboku, it'll be more smooth. This will be more chunky, okay? So we're going to, again, skin side of the tomato is more difficult to cut. So I'm gonna cut the flesh side. We want about a medium dice on this as well, okay? And all that's gonna get folded in at the end, okay? We're gonna take a little cilantro, and I just like the leaves. I don't like the stem part. So we're just gonna get a little quarter of a bunch here, a little bit, just for flavor, okay? And then we're just gonna rough chop it. Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be rough chopped so there's not huge pieces. Okay, we're going to do about 1/3 to 1/2 of a lemon. Now, lemons have seeds in them. One hand squeeze, the other hand catch the seeds. This is how we do it. So I've got 3 or 4 seeds in my hand so it doesn't go down into the avocado, to the guacamole, okay? Kosher salt. A little black pepper. And then we're gonna just mix it up with a spoon. And I guess this looks like it might need just a little bit more lemon, okay? My guess is probably right. So now we taste it and adjust the seasoning accordingly. Drop more lemon juice. And that's it. So this is ready to go. I'm gonna put this back in the fridge and then we're gonna start grilling. Tortilla chips, everything else, okay? Okay, seasoning of steak. Let me clean this up real quick, guys. Let me clean this up real fast. Any questions, Taylor? Anything?
They ask if you could-
No, someone has a question about Sarah has a question. I'm gonna unmute Sarah so she can.
What's that? I didn't
Sarah,
hear.
go ahead. Can you tell me what's up? What your question is, Sarah?
It looks like a
You're
lot of
unmuted.
people's videos are being turned off and they'd like to see each other. You can choose to have yours on or off on your own, or the host can turn it off. But I think some people's are being turned off without them doing it.
I think
It's not us.
Is it
It's
Zoom?
like my video is not showing anymore and I didn't turn it off. So that means the host had to have done it.
did it fix
Okay.
it now by chance?
Yeah.
Better? Ah, okay.
I have Mr. Levins here with us from the
Hi.
Roundtable Friday.
Are we all
Okay,
good?
I'll unmute. Yeah, we're good. You can continue, Chef. Everyone,
Thank
I
you.
will go ahead and unmute videos, and then if you want to be seen, you can.
Are we all good? So I can go?
Yep.
ahead.
Sorry, she asked if the red onion goes into the guacamole, so you must have put it on your
Yeah, I
menu.
must have put it on and I didn't get it here. Yes, dice it up and throw it in. My wife doesn't like onions, that's why I didn't do it. Okay, shrimp real fast. Sorry about that. Shrimp real fast. Drizzle just a little bit of olive oil. Okay. Salt and pepper. Stir it up. So shrimp size, these are a little smaller because Mariano's didn't have the 1620s. So these will cook quicker. 1620s will take a little longer. So squash, we're going to cut the ends off. Yellow squash, green zucchini. And then we're going to cut it lengthwise. So again, probably 1/2 inch to 1 inch thick. So I cut one slice, roll it over so that the squash isn't rolling all around. So now I'm going to take 4 slices this way and lay them flat. And I'm going to do the same with the zucchini. Flat, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be the last thing that I cook. So we're going to drizzle just a little bit of olive oil on this because we don't want it to burn the grill. Salt and pepper as well.
Chef, do you prefer lemon to lime in the guacamole?
Yes. Just personal
Why is
preference.
that?
Personal preference. Okay. Steaks that we're seasoning, burgers that we're going to see. So liberally.
There's another question.
Okay.
Taylor, what was the next question?
Do you have a preferred brand of cutting board?
Here, no. Any at home doesn't matter to me. At the club, we have to have them spec'd out by ServSafe or the health department. We use big cutting boards, like 18 inches long. Okay.
Okay.
Burger
Mr. Lilly said
seasoning.
he wanted me to see me too, so hi.
What's that?
Oh, you beautified
I had my
yourself.
video off, and Mr. Lilly requested that I be live also.
Lovely.
Go on here.
All right, burgers, we're going to season these. Okay. I just have a regular burger seasoning.
What if they only had hamburger?
Break them into like 6 ounce or 8 ounce portions for burgers. You want to roll them in your hands and press them down till they're flat. Why I don't like doing those, what happens is they shrink a lot more and they puff up in the middle. So the store-bought ones don't do that for some reason. So season both sides. And this is just a regular McCormick burger seasoning. It says hamburger, Grill Mates. So for the steak, I have a maple barbecue rub, McCormick's as well. And we're going to season both sides of this as well. And don't worry about under seasoning because you'll finish it at the end. So burgers, steaks, shrimp ready to go, zucchini ready to go. Boom, boom, boom. So on the grill, I'm going to have steak on one side, burgers in the middle, shrimp on the other side. Zucchini and squash, I'm going to wait till the end, till the steak and the shrimp is done. So while the meat is resting, this will be cooking. I'm going to cut it all up, throw it on a plate, and we'll be ready to go. Let's head outside.
Right. Now, Chef, what do they do if the grill is hotter than you recommended?
Turn it down a little bit. So like ours right now. So
Here,
my
here's
grill
ours.
right now is sitting at about 600. So I'm going to leave it down. I'm going to open it up, and then I'm going to clean off the grates. So you see how hot this is? So again,
Okay, yeah.
fourth.
Nice. Wow.
That's one I'm not going to use. So this will actually cool it down a little bit, but I don't want to cool it down because I
Okay.
want the meat to sear. I don't want the meat to stew. Okay. I'll be right back 1 second.
What?
Oh, the high winds. Yeah. I
Hold
can
on one
imagine some people are getting very windy at their house. We'll ask Chef. Chef, is there anything they can do if there's high winds?
No, I have tons of wind here. It's terrible right now.
But there's nothing they can do?
Nothing they can do.
If it's windy, you should
Real
reef.
close.
Reef.
What's that?
What was that?
Come back, Sean. I don't know where he went. Everyone should be muted, but he got it.
I was joking. I said he could reef the sail if it's windy.
Oh.
Keep the grill closed. It'll keep the heat in. So we're just going to quickly wipe this down and get any old sediment up. So you see all this black stuff? You don't want that in your food. So we're going to take the meat. Steaks are going down. Burgers are going in the middle. And the shrimp, all I'm going to do is just spoon these on and then spread them out.
And
So the
what
way
was that ideal temperature? About 450?
500 would be ideal. So close it up and leave it alone. Don't touch it for a couple minutes. We'll move the steaks, we'll move the burgers, we'll turn the shrimp, and that's all we do. It's four times 2 minutes, and it's ready to go. Okay? Spatula for the burgers, tongs for the steaks and shrimp. Okay? So we're going to do a little promotion here next week, starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going to do some to-go orders. Menus will be posted tomorrow or the next day. We need to get the order in a day ahead by noon for the following day, or you can order Wednesday for Saturday. It's up to you. And then we're going to do that again the following week as well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Somebody asked if they could do shrimp on foil.
Yes, you can do shrimp on foil. That's quite
Since
all
you're
right.
going too fast.
Okay.
Can you
right
repeat
now,
the
my
steak
grill-
and shrimp instructions for us?
One more time.
Will you
Sorry.
repeat the grill instructions real quick?
Repeat drill.
For shrimp.
Shrimp and steak.
So as you'll see, my grill is kicking up at 600 right now. So all I'm going to do is turn the steak. I'm going to quickly just turn the shrimp. See how fast these are cooking because they're so small. Yours might take a little longer. And then burgers, I'm going to give them a half turn because I like the grill marks. Okay, and back closed. Are there any other questions?
So far, so good.
Okay.
So we are
This one's-
also doing to go for Mother's Day, right?
If we are not given clearance from the state and city, we will have to go just like we did for Easter to-goes. Except we're going to do them for 2 people, 4 people, or 8 people. And the menu will be a little different. It'll be beef tenderloin medallions, wild striped sea bass, dauphinoise potatoes, asparagus, seafood salad, and I think they did another salad, but I don't recall what. So all we're doing is wait.
Okay.
The more I open up the grill, the cooler my grill gets. I don't want my grill to get cold. So right now, our grill is sitting at about 600. Okay? Which is great because I love to sear the meat. So now as you see this as I turn it over, look at those beautiful grill marks. And I'm at home, I'm not at the club.
Looks
So I'm
amazing,
gonna
Chef.
turn the shrimp again. Okay? So the burgers will be the first thing that come off. Okay? Then the shrimp, and then the ribeye. The shrimp are almost done. Wow.
They're little.
Yeah, they are small. So I'm going to turn the grill down just a touch more. So
Chef, how will they know when to flip the steak?
to do what?
Flip the steak.
Like
To
every
flip the
2
steak.
minutes, do a turn, and then you'll flip it. So 2 minutes, turn it. 2 minutes, flip it. 2 minutes, turn it. 2 minutes, leave it on. And then after 8 minutes on your grill at 500, you have to let it rest, and it'll be rare to medium rare, depending on how you like it. Now, if you like your meat cooked more and longer, leave it on more. But what you'll see what I do is as I get close to finishing up here, I'm actually going to turn the grill off and just let it sit in there. But I got to do the zucchini first. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Oh,
Burgers are cranking. Okay? Steak is cranking. And the shrimp, I'm going to give that another turn, and that should be done because they're so small. See how much the shrimp shrunk up? So just salt, pepper, and olive oil on the shrimp. So at the end of that, you can hit it with a little, you'll check the seasoning. We can do a little more olive oil, salt, and pepper. Now, for the burgers, just tap the middle. Those are almost done. I got about another minute on the burgers. So this is done. See how fast this was? I bet this wasn't even 6 minutes. So just by opening up the grill for a minute, my grill went from 600 to 450. And now it's recouping the heat. It's cranking up.
Wow.
I got a pretty good grill. I don't want to overcook those burgers. So we're actually going to take these off. So shrimp are going to come off first. Burgers are going to come off. We're going to let those rest. Okay. And while that's happening, I got another 2 minutes on that steak. All I'm going to do is shingle layer the zucchini squash on here. And this will take a few minutes as well.
While we are letting the zucchini cook, Sarah made a good point in the chats. We're also doing, among the to-go food options that we have at the club, we're doing cocktail kits to go. So you can order cocktail kits that will go along with some of the happy hours that we're doing through clubs, some for committees, some extra. We're also going to be doing wine tastings, and we might have a beer tasting coming up. So check the calendar, and you'll be able to purchase cocktail kits and all the wine tastings. We're going to have Gosling's cocktail kits, which I know is a favorite. And we're also going to have Partita tequila kits for Cinco de Mayo. So that should be really fun.
So for those of you, all I have on the grill right now, ribeye steak, needs probably 1 more minute, and I got the zucchini on the other side. The burgers are off and resting. The shrimp is off the oven because I don't want to overcook them. The steak we're going to check. So 8 minutes. You can open it up and see it, but right now it's rare. I'm going to keep it on just a touch longer, 30 seconds or so. Okay. And then I'm going to take that off. That's going to rest. That's going back into the kitchen. Okay. So you see, it's all about timing, making sure everything's hot at all the same time. So the shrimp's ready. We'll wrap that up. The burgers are resting. The steak's going to be resting in 30 seconds. And the zucchini is going to come off the oven. I'm going to chop it. And we're going to sprinkle some Asiago cheese on top of it. And then check the seasoning on everything before we serve it to our guests. Because that's the key. You can have all this great food, but if it has no flavor, it's no good. So steaks are going to come off now. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So we're going to lean that up against the burger. I'm going to turn the zucchini. And we're just going to cook it just before it gets soft so that we can cut it up. So all we're doing is getting a little bit of grill marks on there. We're going to let that continue to cook. I'm going to bring this back in to the kitchen, and we're going to let the meat rest.
Everyone take a look at your chat feature, which if you want to access bottom toolbar, Sarah has put placed the to-go menu for next week in the chat, so you guys get a sneak peek at our upcoming to-go menu if you take a look in the chat.
The dogs are like, what? I don't get that.
So check the seasoning. My guess is it probably needs a little salt and pepper. I'm going to drizzle it with a little bit of lemon juice as well.
What's the ideal resting time for the meat?
5 to 7 minutes before cutting into. You'll see when I'm going to cut the meat up over here, and you'll see the cook temperature on it. And I'm going to put just a little bit of lemon juice on it because my wife likes lemon juice. For those of you who don't know, I'm allergic to all fish and seafood. So.
Oh, I did not know that. That's a good thing to know.
So
Chef, does
this
that
is good
affect your
rest.
grilling? Do you have to use different utensils to touch the other meats?
Yes, that's why. So I have tongs for one and spatulas for the other. But since it's just me and my wife, usually no. So we're going to clean this up. We're going to go back out and finish the zucchini. I'm going to come back and cut the steak, and we're all done. If anybody has any questions.
Awesome. Yes, everyone, send me your questions in the chat, and I'll ask Chef. Otherwise, I'll just keep plugging to go.
So the squash is starting to get soft. As you see it, it'll get limp like this. It needs just a touch more after that.
Everybody keeps asking what happened to the red onion.
Red onion, the chef forgot to put it in.
The red onion went under the counter.
I could put it in after for those that want to see. All right, so I'm gonna let the squash sit for about 30 seconds. Grill is off, propane tank is closed. Hey, Miss McCarthy, how's that electric grill working out for you? Can you let Taylor know?
Yes, tell me if you guys are cooking at home, and Chef can maybe give you guys some tips as well. Let's see.
Okay.
Questions.
Now, you
Yes,
see
the
the
red
squash
onion was
right there?
skipped because Chef's wife does not like red onion.
No, he forgot it.
And he forgot it.
Oh.
But that's okay. So we're looking for the zucchini to be able to bend like that so we can cut it up. And I'm done. Grill is done. So we're, 6:30? Took about 30 minutes total, beginning to end. Come on.
Come on, boys, let's go. Come on.
Hi, guys. Hold on one sec, boys. All right. This one, I got some red onions somewhere. So this is what all the stuff that we've prepared so far. Where's the chips? You want to try what with the stuff there? So burgers are resting, steaks are resting, shrimp's ready to go. My wife will probably just put the guacamole on the shrimp, knowing her. We're going to cut the zucchini first. Okay. While it's still warm, and then the cheese will melt right on top of it.
Yeah. I love a melty cheese moment.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite thing to grill? What we just did?
Meat, veggie. I love asparagus off the grill. Nothing better to me. So yellow squash, green zucchini. You want to add tomatoes to this, you're more than welcome to. And all we do is just take a little Asiago cheese right on the top of it. Oh, so good. So let me wipe this down. We'll do the steak. So the burgers have had longer time to rest than the steak. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take one of these bolillos here. I'm just going to cut it in half to see how the cook is. See if the cook can cook.
What's your preferred steak doneness?
Medium rare.
Seems to be.
But I'm not the one
popular.
eating it.
I like it rare.
Hmm.
What's that?
She likes it rare.
I like a rare steak,
Taylor.
but I don't really eat a lot of steak.
This is
You'll catch me with the seafood tower at the steakhouse.
Taylor, it's Barb and Jack. We just want to thank you. We're having the shrimp. It was great. It was great.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I hope you're having a good time.
We are. Bye.
Good. Bye. That was Barb. She was telling us what a good time she's having and saying thank you. Oh,
so
it's beautiful.
here's the burger. That's medium rare going on to medium.
Yum.
That's how we're going to eat that. Now the steak, so what I do is for us, so the reason we let it rest is because all this juice, we want that to stay in the steak, okay? Came out of the steak because the grill was super, super hot, way too hot. So we're letting this rest here. I'm gonna trim this up. Okay, so you have to know, on a ribeye, there are veins of fat, okay? That's what makes it so good again. So there's a vein of fat right here. There's a vein of fat right in the middle, down here at the top of the cap. So what we're gonna do is I trim it up for all of my people when I have events over. So I'm gonna cut down the side here, get the fat off there. So you see this little pocket of fat right in here. All I do is trim right around that. That's what the dogs usually get. Okay, so we have this beautiful eye right here on the ribeye. And then I'll eat that later because I love bones. So we're going to just cut it straight down and cut it over. So that's easy to eat. So as you can see, the doneness of the steak is absolutely perfect medium rare. And it's not bleeding all over the table when I'm cutting it. So we let it rest just long enough. So that's gonna go over here on the plate. So when I have Mondays at Chef Larry's, I'll cook once or twice a month and I have a bunch of people over. This is what we do, and I have this whole table filled with food. We come, we eat, we laugh, and we drink. What a great idea. So steak is perfectly cooked. Burgers are resting, red. Shrimp is ready. Guacamole with the chips are ready to go. Squash is ready to go over here. Does anybody have any questions before we sign off and eat?
Taylor, I can't hear you.
Oh,
There
sorry.
you go. That's okay.
Muted. Anyone questions? Questions, anyone? I'm surprised we have not a lot of questions this time around.
Hey,
Because
Taylor,
your good teaching skills.
can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi.
I can.
For some reason, I'm grandpa, but Chef Larry, how can you test the meat without like cutting into it to confirm like the temperature? Is there any kind of touch?
Yes.
Yes.
So doneness of the steak. So right now, so you guys saw me, watch me cook the steak, 8 minutes roughly, perfect medium rare. So the steak wasn't too thick. The thicker the steak, it's going to take longer to cook it. Okay. But doneness, you touch it so that it springs back. So if you take the soft part of your thumb here and you just open your hand up and you push down on it, that's about medium for a steak. Okay. But there's certain steaks that'll trick you. Strip steak is one of them. Strip steak doneness is probably the most difficult and hardest to check. Fillets are actually the easiest to check because the meat is so soft. So when I do a fillet, I squeeze the fillet with my two of my fingers. So I take it like this, okay? And if it's really loose, I cook it more, which means it's rare. And if it doesn't spring back at all, it's like way over medium. So that's the key. And then it's all about timing and knowing the hot spots in your oven. Okay.
Okay.
Great example is I just cooked the apple pies for Easter in the brand new oven. So the recipe said bake for 45 minutes. Well, 45 minutes in the brand new oven that hasn't been cooked off before, all the pies I had to throw away because they all got overcooked because the oven is very, very hot. So I had to get some more cakes in, put the oven lower at 350 and cooked it a lot less and kept a better eye on it. So it's all about knowing your equipment, how to deal with stuff like that. Okay, I hope that's your question.
Yes. One other quick question. What would you recommend as far as the burger meat when you're shopping for hamburger meat?
So I go to Mariano's. They do all these great fillings with their burgers. So these are cheddar cheese filled burgers from Mariano's. Chuck is very tough. Sirloin is probably the best, but it gets, if you overcook it, you can't overcook Chuck because it'll turn into shoe leather. Don't waste your time with Chuck. Chuck is better for like meat sauce. Sirloin or 85-15 grass-fed. So any meat that is grass-fed, okay, has less fat in it, okay, versus a regular, like an Iowa beef product or IBP, which is what we use at the club. So grass-fed, you can't overcook it or it'll become very, very tough. So the meats that come in the sealed packages, like from Australia and New Zealand, those are grass-fed, which will also have less marbling. Less fat equals less flavor and tougher meat product. Okay? Did that answer the question?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chef.
How we doing,
Great
guys?
knowledge. Does anyone else, if anyone else has a question, they can unmute their video as well if they want to ask Chef themselves. Nancy says she's off to the balcony where there's gale force winds.
Don't get blown off, Nance.
Be safe, Nancy.
I don't know.
All right, well, if no one wants to jump in or ask any more questions, we'll let you guys go ahead and eat your delicious dinner.
Chef Larry?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, the grill in my kitchen worked beautifully.
Did it. Wonderful.
Yep, perfect. Everything is delish. Thank
Good,
you.
good, good. You're welcome.
Thank you,
So
Chef.
guys, again, as we wrap up, let me know your thoughts about next week. My thought was doing pub food, chicken wings, nachos, anything like that. Happy eating. We'll see you soon. Club is getting a remake on the driveway. So we'll see you soon, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chef.
And we did record this. We did record this demo with Chef, so we'll have it available. If anybody wants taping of it or whatever the recording, you can
Taylor, where's that
email
going to
me
be at?
catering at chicagoyachtclub.org.
It was last week's recorded.
Okay.
Last week's was not recorded because I did not know that feature existed on Zoom, but now I do. And we will have all of them going forward recorded. And if I haven't had a chance to introduce myself, I'm Taylor. I'm the new director of catering and events, and I hope to meet you guys soon.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Taylor.
Taylor.
Thank you.
Thanks, Larry.
Hey guys.
Bye, everybody.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
Thank you.
It was fun.
Thanks, Chef.
It didn't get me. I don't know
Bye-bye.
what to say, 'cause it-
Taylor, thank you very much. You're doing a great job.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad you liked it.
Oh, we loved it. You know, we're all the way in New Hampshire, so it's a little bit challenging.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad we can still bring the club to you.
And we don't have a grill, so we've been using the broiler, but it all worked.
It worked good. Glad
Yep.
to hear it.
Until the smoke alarm went off.
Oh no. Oh no.
And
They
there I
call
was,
the fire
taking-
department at my house when that happens.
and I was going like this to fan the thing down. But it all worked. Thank you and have a great day.
You're welcome. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.